It's very hard to prevent nowadays fake news from spreading on the web because the access to the web it's free but the best tool I think it's culture, because when people are aware and they are able to understand immediately, or at least to check where this news comes from, and then the awareness of people is actually the best tool right now to prevent fake news from having their effect. Well, I think that when a journalism is done seriously, it has to it has to rely to some standards. But preventing fake news from coming out, fake news usually are not made up by journalists only. There is lots of sources of information that spread fake news on the web, so it's not just a problem of journalists. I think journalists can do a lot to correct and to inform public opinion when they find a fake news. So, I mean, journalists can have a very important role, but I don't think they alone can prevent, unfortunately, this phenomenon. The Italian information system right now, it's not as it's at its best, let's say. So many people are not well enough aware about the spreading of this phenomenon. And I hope that also by policy, but also by spreading the word within a public media system in Italy, we can make people aware that on the internet we can have a lot of information for free, and this is a very good thing, but we have to be very careful of where that information comes from, if it is reliable, and also to understand the eventual scopes of this fake news that are spread, because these fake news are not just spread for ignorance, but they are spread many times to orient public opinion in a certain way, so they have a precise scope. I think they can, but eventually they will have to act within the digital single market, because fake news nowadays, the most common way in which they spread it's on the web. So it's within an action on the web to try to prevent this phenomenon that we will eventually have some policy measures that can help diminish this phenomenon. I think it is nowadays because people inform themselves more and more on the internet, and because it's so easy to put information on the internet by anyone, and then we don't have any more reliable sources of information. And the problem there, it's very good to have the internet to put people in communication, to have the opportunity to publish whichever news we want, but then if we want to deliver quality, we have to vigilate on what is published. And I repeat, awareness of the people is the first tool that we can use to prevent this phenomenon.